He lost his first game in their last series.
Well, I really like the Hanwha composition here. The only downside is that if you do fall behind, I think the game can quickly snowball out of control, and I'm looking towards the Gen G top side to actually get that done.
Yeah.
Because the amount of pick and level 6 spike, I think for them is a lot stronger, right? Zeri, Lulu, we know how good they are. The power that Wukong gets, plus the pick potential that K'Sante and Ahri offer, that is a lot of power for Gen G. But if you get to the mid to late game on even footing for Hanwha, you have an amazingly scaling solo laner in Jax that can also team fight if need be, depending on the build. And then you have Talia, Rakan, Xayah, and Sejuani. It does.
Right. We are here already. Top laners in the river, ready to emote at one another. But Kingen's a bit shy. He's not going to come out of the reeds just yet.
If only Dunham was here.
I know.
It doesn't matter if it's game 5 of finals.
No, he will be emoting.
He will be just walking up to you.
Just chilling out as they wait for Viper and Life to attend the lane. This is the first 2 CS here to Viper, so I think it's kind of it's over, isn't it?
It's done, yeah. Well, they actually got off pretty easily, or Peanut did, after taking such a bad trade level 1, and then Kingen, I think, could have really pushed the issue. Didn't want to take the risk in game 1. I think that also makes sense. But Jax level 1 into particularly Wukong is always going to be really scary. Wukong isn't really a champion for the first 3 levels, and even then, he generally preferred to wait. As we do see, as expected, the Zeri Lulu has been pretty decent when it comes to bully, that the rest of the camp is not going to be taken by Clit. And to ensure that Pace and the Light can keep playing aggressive here, can keep Life and Viper on the back foot. And Hanwha Life isn't aware yet that the red buff was taken. They will find out shortly.
Entrance going to be going down there as, Life is getting very aggressive. Delight already burning. A few more autos will do it as Life is in trouble. The polymorph timing just too good. And Life oversteps his bounds.
Yeah, I don't think you should be trying to hard all in with Xayah Rakan.
I was very confused. I'm not going to lie. It was a...
G probably going to have to look at the very least start stacking some Drakes. And ideally, want to try and use this Herald for an aggressive play early on as...
Ooh, hard to consult, goes completely wide, but Permafrost is going to be there, holds on to the Warrior Trickster as Life interrupts Chovy, but he's going to be interrupted himself, and now he gets the quickness off, but will the Ignite be enough? Pace gets into the backline, Clit's in trouble, he's flashing, and Viper, he's going to give up on this one, there is no hope. And now Pace is flashing forward. Featherstorm is going to come down.
Yes, cleanse.
Does he have the Blade Caller available? The answer is yes, but there is the cleanse that you were talking about. And Pace just skates his way in. That is the kill onto Viper as well. As Kingen's fighting Doran towards the top side. And I don't think it matters all that much.
Life, they try to set up a trap. And unfortunately, the trap, Chovy is trying to back here as well, right? So he's not even at his full power. And then crucially here, he hits the charm before the Grand Entrance can come through, and then Peanut gets a crucial interrupt. And then this is exactly what you can't do against Zeri, is these type of messy, scrappy fights where you don't have the cooldowns to deal with it.
Yeah, and we've had these Zeri moments quite often, as just knows that he has cleanse, so just has to wait for the feathers, and there it is. Really beautifully played there by Pace, and it's fishy.
It's confirmation bias, Atlas.
We need to get to the bottom of it.
I don't know if statistically this is true.
I'm an LCK commentator. I don't know anything about bias. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think someone needs to look at this. If there is anyone on the internet listening right now, go and do the research and tell us.
Yeah, do a PhD. As Weaver's Wall going to come through here, Zek is going to pay a visit towards the top lane, and that is a really dead K'Sante. Kingen locking down the first kill for Hanwha Life Esports here. Don't know whether it's going to be enough to change everything, but it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Wasn't any threats.
Yep, Doran also still has his flash. Just knew that he wasn't going to be able to get away from that one, so it does mean that the K'Sante is going to have that option as this game goes on. As okay, some Hex Gates being employed here. Grand Entrance avoided there by Peanut with the Warrior Trickster, as Shirley is continuing to just wander around the pit, and Gen G are just going to brute force it, and Hanwha Life like, well, I guess you can have it then.
That was a bit fast and loose there from Peanut, but it ends up working out. They get the Herald. Chovy also going for a very defensive builder.
I don't talk about it.
No, I think it's fine. When you're ahead and you already are like stronger than your opponent, I think defensive items actually gain a ton of value. As Pace?
Yeah, he's just walking at them. Chovy, he's ulted as well, as Glacial Prison going to be used defensively, and Chovy is going to interrupt the teleport. Zeka, not a whole lot he can do here. Seismic Shove going to be thrown down, but they give the kill over to Pace. That is a killing spree for the Zeri, and I don't think taking a bit of damage on this outer turret is something that Gen.G are too worried about for the higher seeded team. So I guess we will hold judgment. However, right now, if this was almost any other situation, I'd be like, wow, Gen.G destroying this. It's probably a 3-0. And Doran looking to get underneath this turret. They should be able to guarantee that one as Glacial Prison does come through, cleared. Not a whole lot of defensive statistics as Paze is just running around having the greatest time ever on this Zeri, who is just untouched in these little skirmishes. For a fight, though, is my question, and I just don't know. Gen.G, not a lot of information in this area, though, as they finally do get it. Peanut on vision right now, but he can't get into the pit because there are rocks strewn on the ground. It's kind of like Home Alone, man. Like, threw out the Legos and you just can't walk across the corridor.
And while getting this Drake as big as, cancel from Peanut there, you give up 2 turrets.
Argument that we've had in the past. Like, look at all the turrets.
Standing goal.
The turrets that are there for the taking. Chronicler, his life is going to get charmed. Chovy, very charming. And that is going to kill the Rakan. Not a lot of opportunity there. Really nicely played here by Gen.G. We mentioned that they were setting up vision traps in this top side. Life finally falls into one.
Yeah, it had to be Life or Clid, right? Like, they need to go in, they need to keep checking. They can't really afford not to take that risk. And now, looks like the Baron is just going to get taken here. Doran also should be able to get Clid out of here.
Prison does come down, and Gen.G are going for the turn. There's the flash away, but the Cyclone's going to be enough. Kingin goes golden, but he will be going towards the Death Chamber immediately afterwards. Actually, a really, really cute use of the Counter-Strike. That is only going to delay the inevitable, as Viper's like, nah, I'm not into team fighting, guys. It's not the life I lead. I do not want to do that, as Paze is underneath inhibitor turrets, just
still
fighting them. Yeah, he is. That is another kill. That's the triple for the Zeri. Viper's going to get an inner turret. Congratulations, brother. And now Gen.G going to move back towards the Baron.
Coming into this series, one of the big questions was, how is the bot lane going to do? Gen.G have been very reliant on their bot lane performing, and Paze has only played, as far as I'm aware, 1 best of 5, which was last year in Summer Challengers playoffs. And he got focused because, that was how Gen.G worked, and they lost very quickly. As I didn't see him actually. I thought he was walking in, just hex gating in. I can't do that, unfortunately. Of course, this is the power of vision denial, right? They need to try. They think that the Baron is being done, but this is Paze's first LCK best of 5, and he's playing like a maniac.
He is?
Because this you're still like, he's Zeri, and then this keeps going.
And the thing is, like, Gen.G are just utilizing the early advantage that they picked up with this Zeri to continue the aggression. And I actually want to go back to them giving up the Drake as well, because getting those turrets then creates...
And the Xayah, and I think that this is one of those moments where Gen.G, you're just going to have to pull the trigger. Going to have to force a fight. You're tanking all that. You can fight him.
Well,
it's fine.
Here is the fight that they're forcing. It is onto Zeka. The chain of CC was just gorgeous there, with the help of the charm, as Viper going to walk out of the way of one of those himself. Kingin getting the information that his base is falling apart as Chovy's just dashing around, doesn't have Spirit Rush anymore. But these Nexus turrets in trouble. A teleport just to make sure that the minions stay alive, as a charm is going to connect onto Kingin here. Glacial Prison goes entirely wide. That Blade Caller did minuscule damage. Paze takes it as an opportunity to press the ult button, but Viper is going to clean him up. It does not matter whatsoever, though. And that 1,000 gold, he'll have to find a way to use in game number 2, I believe, because Gen.G are going to wipe out the Nexus. And this game, an absolute statement from our second place team here in the LCK. Really impressive stuff, as they will finally take this one down. The most important 50 gold goes to Peanut.
Wasn't close whatsoever here for Gen.G. Completely taking control of the game early on, as they should have. and then running with it. And coming into today, we had two big question marks. What is going to happen with